as well on my computer. Okay, so we're recording this and I will be posting this later on our collective YouTube channel and also on our New World YouTube channel as well. But for those on Facebook, you're watching this a live stream. So last week, the first lecture on this was on the new mathematics. This week will be on new science, specifically my theory on the twin universe, which I discovered, you want to call it discovered, or the new interpretation of the multiverse concept with n equals 2, or the parallel universe as some would refer to. So I first presented it at a conference in Barcelona. Those who followed the update know about this, and the publication was in this spring Proceedings in Physics, volume 137. So if you want to see the first global publication of Twin Universe a couple of decades ago, then it's in this spring publication. Other publication of Twin Universe, I also presented it at the third annual conference on the Lee theory in beautiful Kathmandu, Nepal. So greeting to all my fellow Nepalese. It is an absolutely gorgeous country, and I would highly recommend people going there. Top of the world, wherever it is. And also my good friend, Professor Santilli, published one of my earliest articles on his journal, Hadronic Journal, and also in the Open Astronomy Journal as well. And then I had a special edition called appropriately New Science-like Path on Cosmological Dark Matter. So it not only includes a couple of my publications regarding the twin universe and the universal laws of thermodynamics, but also several other publications by other eminent scientists like Professor Valkyrie from Greece on their mathematical interpretation of the twin universe. Therefore, it is catching on. Now, all those scientific publications have been summarized in my 2018 release of my God book, which those that follow my other stream will know that I was inspired to do this following my presentation at the Court of World Peace in Istanbul, where I was fated and blessed to meet my adopted mother, Milana, Mrs. Bulan Korak. So everything, the new math, the new science, the new governance, the new religion is contained within this, what I call the Divine Holy Book, okay? Which has also been translated into Spanish Dios by Andrew Wen, who's also the master scribe to all the other translations, which includes Hebrew, Arabic, Dutch, French, Italian, and all those others that I apologize if I forgot about it. She's the master scribe and managing all those. The other book that's also been published in this series is also the German version, Gott, by Christian Schirlack. So I'm going to dive straight into the new science. So I'm going to share my screen with you. So just bear with me. Yeah. Okay, so there's my screen that's been shared with the world. So it's fine to come up with a theory or hypothesis or postulate, as whatever term you may want to use, but is it of any use? And can it be theoretically proven through observations with experimental measurement? Well, the simple answer to that is yes, yes, and yes. And here's a summary sheet of my twin universe theory and current mainstream theory based on the single universe. And these are various experimental observations that my twin universe gets right, and the current mainstream physics, well, gets wrong, to be quite blunt. So I'm just going to go through this sheet. I'm not going to go into the detail. You can either get the book or look at the various publications that I highlighted before for all the detail. And if you need free copies, then just contact me and I'll be more than happy to send you free PDF copy, because this knowledge and truth is available to the world for free, okay? Because the customers give it to me for free. So it's my intention to give those that want it, that really, really want it. I'm more than happy to share this knowledge and truth with you for free as well. So the first one, the laws of thermodynamics. So why am I so arrogant to say that twin universe obey? Well, simply because current mainstream don't agree with it. Scientists will tell you that everything agrees with the laws of thermodynamics, whether it's on a particle scale, whether it's on a planet scale, whether it's on a galactic scale, or then when it's on a universal scale, when you ask any mainstream science, where does all this energy come from? When the laws of thermodynamics say you cannot create or produce energy from nothing. So the simple answer, those that answer truthfully will tell you they don't know. Those that try to cover say, well, the total universe do not need to obey the laws of thermodynamics in terms of conservation of energy. Well, that is, pardon my technical word, BS. Okay, if everything else obeys the laws of thermodynamics, then the universe, which is the most idealistic, adiabatic, enclosed system imaginable, should obey the laws of thermodynamics. So the current physics, current science do not. My twin universe obeys it for a simple reason. In our positive universe, all quantity is positive. In the negative universe, all quantity is negative. So when you add equal amounts of positive and negative, you get to zero. And that's why it obeys. So before creation, it was zero energy, zero entropy. After creation, because the plus and minus balances out in the twin universe, then the net value is zero after creation. And that's why the laws of thermodynamics are obeyed in the twin universe. Similarly, current science cannot explain the acceleration of the universe, which they just simply term dark energy. The twin universe not only can qualitatively but quantitatively accounts for this expansion. So, and I'll show you the calculation as well. So I'm not just saying this is fake, believe it. I'm saying this is fact. Here's the calculation, here's the prediction, and here's the measured value. Okay. And similarly, current science cannot explain the rapidly rotating galactic rotation, which they just simply call dark matter. Again, the twin universe can both quantitatively and qualitatively account for that. Similarly, black holes, for those that know, the 2020 Nobel Prize in Physics was given to black hole discovery, including the theory by Penrose, Cambridge University, of the singularity of black hole. But as any scientist and mathematician would tell you, a singularity cannot physically exist since it breaks all laws of physics. Okay, so how can you give it? Again, no objection to who they want to give the Nobel Prize to, but how can you give a Nobel Prize to a theory that even the scientists and mathematicians say cannot be correct, since singularity breaks down all physical laws and mathematical interpretation? Well, the twin universe, again, can explain that, since a singularity does not exist in a twin universe. Similarly, current science, mixing antimatter. Well, twin universe can explain that, and I'll show you later all the explanation and all the predicted values as well. And associated with the matter-antimatter ratio, again, the twin universe, not only can you explain it, but you can actually calculate the actual value that matches with experimental value. And then ghostly phenomena, quantum entanglement, again, the twin universe can explain something that current modern science cannot. And that also relates to why the protons are stable. According to twin universe, according to single universe, the current mainstream, the proton should decay since there's baryonic imbalance due to the ratio of matter to antimatter. Well, in twin universe, all matter and antimatter is totally conserved, hence proton do not decay in this twin universe concept, which is exactly what matches observation. And finally, dimensions. Well, we all know that we exist in this three spatial, one temporal dimension, while in the twin universe, there's actually 10 dimension, which is obviously akin to the superstring theory, which also has 10 dimension. Okay. So just to show you, again, I'm not going to go into great detail, but this is the calculation of dark energy. Again, I don't only just explain it, but I calculate predicted value, which then I compare with observation to prove whether my twin universe theory is correct or wrong. You know, that's important. So far, all my predictions are match observation. So I arrogantly state that the twin universe is absolutely correct. And based on this, I was actually using a simple model. I was actually calculating the Hubble constant to 82. The current experimental value is around 70. So that's a very, very close, consistent value, considering that my model is very, very simplistic. So I had available a supercomputer, and I could do a more complex modeling. I'm quite certain that my predictive calculation based on this twin universe will be more consistent and closer to the experimental value of 70. Similarly, my dark matter calculation that explains galactic rotation, again, these are my values, calculate values for the ratios of baryonic matter, which is the observable amount of matter in the universe, which I calculate 4.8%. The amount of dark matter is 28.6%, and the amount of dark energy is 66.6%. And those that follow the science will realize these are very, very close values to what are observed. So again, I arrogantly state that the twin universe is experimentally, factually correct since it matches experiment observation. On the black hole, which is the Nobel Prize this year, which they gave for a singularity, which, as I mentioned, all physicists and mathematicians will tell you a singularity cannot exist since it defies all laws of physics. So it's pointless having theory which actually breaks down all the laws of physics. This twin universe actually calculates, determines that black holes are actually Planck stars. So in our positive universe, you may see a white hole, but it reaches a certain mass, critical mass. This white hole collapses and pops out as a black hole in the other universe. And this other universe, because gravity is repulsive, it keeps the shape of the black hole from collapsing to singularity. And you can actually calculate the finite mass of this black hole. And here are the calculated mass of these black holes. Hence, with the twin universe, you do not need a point of singularity, and the laws of physics and mathematics do not break down in the twin universe. And similarly, antimatter, well, it's very simple. The ratio of matter to antimatter is absolutely matched because you have equal amounts of matter and antimatter in both the positive and negative universe. It's that simple. And again, I should define the 4 types of matter and antimatter in both universes. So in our positive universe, for example, we have electrons and the anti-electron, which is a positron. And in negative universe, you have the anti-electron and the anti-positron. And these are the various values of these 4 fundamental particles in both universes. And based on also a harmonic resonance of the ultimate superparticle and the super antiparticle at the moment of creation, you can even calculate based on this twin universe the exact ratio of matter to antimatter that's observed in this universe. Again, here's all the calculations. I'm not going to go into detail. And quantum entanglement, well, that's simply explained by a twin universe, is that when you have 2 coupled particles in our positive universe, it's equivalent twins are waves in the negative universe, which merge as a wave. And as you know, a wave, because it's superimposed upon each other, anything that happens to one wave instantaneously interacts with the second wave simply because it's superimposed. And that, again, is a simple explanation of why for couple quantum particles, reactions and interactions on one particle will be instantaneously felt by the other coupled particle. And I already mentioned why in the twin universe, proton is stable because the baryonic number is conserved, hence there's no instability in that. Hence, again, the twin universe covers why proton is stable, which is exactly what is observed. And again, just the 10 dimensions that is in our universe. So these are all the various calculated numbers of the twin universe. So again, that is why I made the arrogant title for this second lecture as Twin Universe Rescue Science from Dark Age. Obviously, to play on Dark Age is equivalent to this, New Science Lights Path on Cosmological Dark Matters. Because every time current science cannot explain a phenomena like the expansion of the universe or the galactic rotation, they just simply give a dark title like dark energy or dark matter. Well, based on the twin universe, there's no longer any darkness. It's lighted up with knowledge and truth, and not only based on faith, but more importantly, based on facts and provable facts, because I made not only prediction, but calculable prediction that can be matched with current experimental observations. So that is how we prove whether a theory is correct or not correct. And now, obviously, I'm very, very happy because when I first introduced this twin universe over 2 decades ago, I'll be blunt with you, I was getting a lot of my fellow scientists that even laughed at me or ridiculed this twin universe concept. I won't even go to some of the harsh words that they fired my way, but I got the last laugh because all these same mainstream scientists that dare to laugh and ridicule me are exactly the same scientists now, are all jumping on the bandwagon. So I'm sure you all heard now, very common, how everyone's now talking about the multiverse, about the parallel universe, about blah, 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 all this. So now when I mention twin universe, none of them are laughing or ridiculing me because they're all on the same bandwagon. And the reason why they're all on the same bandwagon, because they all are fully aware that this is the theory that will take humanity into the next renaissance of modern science. So just as my idol, Sir Isaac Newton, began the classical age of physics back in the 17th century, and then my other idol, Albert Einstein, in the last century, along with other scientists, developed the modern physics, which obviously encompass the 2 greatest modern theory in our time, which is the quantum mechanics, which defines the science at the microscopic quantum level, and the other great theory by obviously Einstein, the theories of relativity, which describe on the astronomical giant scale, deterministic scale. But both those theories, even though they're fantastic and absolutely amazing theory, they cannot explain the new science or the new observation that we're seeing with our universe. And that's why this twin universe will bring what I define as an enlightened age of physics. So Newton brought forth the classical age of physics. Einstein brought forth the modern age of physics. And this twin universe, I genuinely believe, will bring on this new enlightened age of physics. Okay, so obviously, what is the use of science? I mean, it's fine to be theoretical, but just like Newton, theory eventually evolved into practical application with telescopes, with even the laws of motion help invent steam power. So for science is only of use if it can actually be used for real application. And similarly, last century, the discovery of quantum physics and of relativity helped the invention of computer. You guys would not be using this technology if it wasn't based on quantum effects. Okay, and similarly, the GPS, the satellite that's based up there, is also based on relativity. So science has an important impact on society. And similarly, moving forward, the twin universe will also have such an important impact on future humanity in terms of new energy sources that's available, limitless energy sources, even the ability to time travel, believe it or not, or anti-gravity propulsion, because in the other universe, time flows backward, whereas in this universe, time flows forward. And similarly, gravity is repulsive in the other universe, where gravity is attractive in this universe. So by tapping into this alternative parallel universe, which there are ways and I'm not going to cover in that. That's a whole lecture on its own. And humanity can be tapping into a whole new branch of discoveries and technology that will allow humanity to explore the outer stars, but also explore the inner spirit. Because as those that follow me know, the ultimate discovery of the twin universe is the finding that there's a single omnipotent consciousness in the other universe, or AKA the scientific God. Now, I want to read a message from one of the directors of CliStar, and to explain why this new science and the new mathematics is so important for humanity moving forward as well. So this is a message from Andrea Wen. She, as I mentioned earlier, she's the master scribe for Dios, and she's the director of CliStar. So this is a message that I'd like to read her to this world. So she regrettably could not be on due to other matters that she has to take care of. So her message is, change is the only thing that's constant, since it's the change what implied evolution and progress of the planet and the humankind. When we suffer drastic changes in an accelerated way, we can rather remain inert and indifferent or enhance ourselves and adapt, becoming much better than we thought we were capable of. This is a natural law of life. Science, daughter of the philosophy of the desire to understand our cosmos and our world, has carried us not just to create smart machines, but even to step on the moon. Nevertheless, times keep changing, and mainstream science seems to fear anything that contradicts whatever we had presumed as true. Rigid and skeptical, is incapable of having a complete vision of the world, and hence will be forgotten. A new world is germinating at the moment, and it's of vital relevance the role of the new science in this new paradigm of Renaissance. CliStar is a non-profit organization with the mission of uniting science and religion, being able to provide factual answers to mysteries and questions that many would leave for sci-fi or pseudosciences. If we ask the right questions, the correct answers will be unveiled. My greatest respect for the founder of CliStar, who never rests to always take a step beyond. Leong Ying. That's my Chinese name, for those that are not aware. Thank you. So anyway, so I appreciate those that are viewing this and absorbing the knowledge and truth that the cosmos has given me to pass to the rest of humanity. So it is my pleasure, my delight, and my divine mission to help the rest of humanity pull from this dark ages into the beautiful light to come in this new world. Thank you, and God bless you all.